Sairam, in this chapter, we are going to see how to create a form with the drop-down. So the right example, what I have taken is the Balvika Center. So if you could see the Balvika Center, this is a add tag. Of course, this tag will be shared by the admin to you. So here, there you could see the Balvika Center master ad. Okay. So under that, you could see columns like Samiti ID. Samiti ID means you need to have a drop down to select Samiti and group, which group it belongs to, like whether it is a group 1 or group 2 or group 3. Then activity type, like what kind of activity they are going to conduct. I mean, in general, that center, what is going to be the priority. Okay. Then place where that particular center is available, which area it belongs to, and guru, man, who is guru in charge for that, and guru mobile number. So here the Samiti ID, group ID, active type ID, and Guru party ID. I mean, Guru party ID means the person. The party here refers to the person. It's a general business term. Okay, nothing special on that. Okay. So likewise, you will be having different drop downs. All these drop down has to be considered here. Other, the form will look like this. I'll show the form, how the form will look like. So if you could see the form, like you have drop down for Samiti and drop down for group, okay? Then Guru, place, activity. So likewise, you have multiple things. So all those things, now how to create a form like this? That's a process what we are undergoing, okay? Right. So to make this possible, I need to create the prompt. Okay. Okay. First, we'll see how to create the prompt. Then accordingly, we'll see. So the prompts I have kept here already made. I'll just open that. Okay. This you are already familiar. Nothing special. So now, in general, we'll be having one JSON, right? See, one URL and one JSON. In the URL, you need to change the initial, and the JSON, you need to copy the add part of it. So the add tag of the Balvika Center, that has to be copied. In addition to that, we'll be having one more API, which will be having, we generally call this as load API. I'll explain what is load API. Whenever a form opens, okay, I'll show the form. Then you could understand that one. So this is a form that EBVC Balvika Center add is a form. I'll just refresh. When I'm refreshing, automatically the data is pulled from the API and it is stored in the drop down. All things are taken care. So while opening the form itself, the API is called and the data is taken from the database and updated in the drop downs. So all this information already predefined, like list of Samiti, list of activity. Already you only created this, and list of place. You only created these forms, so you are familiar with that. Now, based on those forms, I'm creating one more head, which will have drop down. That's what we are seeing now. And for all these drop down, you need data. And this data is been fetched from an API. Okay. So that API is again in the tag. It is available in the tag file. I'll show you how it is, where it is. I'll go back to the tag. And once you open the tag file, there could be two things. I'll go to the top. Okay. I'll just compress this one, API tag JSON. And you could see one more tag, report tag JSON. So there would be generally the total tag can be of two. One is API tag JSON and a report tag JSON. What is this report tag JSON? Is all the API which fetch data from the database. So this add, update, delete, all these are you are posting the data. Okay. What do you mean by add? You are sending a data so that it saves to the database. What is update? Of course, update we are not still we are not gone through. But what update does? Again, it updates something. Okay, it changes a value in the existing value. Okay. Then delete, it deletes a particular information. That is what happening in the that is what we have seen in the previous chapters. Okay. Now we are going to see a report part. So report which will fetch the data from the database. Okay. For example, I'll take up this example. Balvika Center Load API. Generally, it comes with like Load API. What mean by Load API? That means it loads the data while the form uploading. So that is what we call load API. Okay. So let me check this one. I'll copy this one. I'll put it in the API test. Okay. Which I already get. Okay. I need to specify the initial ELPG. I mean, sorry, EVVC. Okay. Call API. So once you call API, you get the data. So this data only I have pasted in the prompt. So I'll show you. In the Balvika's add prompt, in the JSON2, I'm just calling the load API. Okay. I'm just pasting the JSON of the load API. Whatever I just tested now, no, that I copied here. And the corresponding response also. So here you could see the something list, group list, activity list, then place list. All the contents are just displayed here. Okay, guru list. All things are displayed. So all these information are predefined and these information are populated in the drop downs and that is what you are seeing in the form. Okay, to make this available in the add form, okay, we are adding this JSON 2.0. 2.0 is another API where this is the tag which I took from the tag JSON tag which is been given by my admin and the response what I got from the API test. Okay, this I have specified. Okay. Now, what I need to do with the prompt? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Create a form to add Balvika Center as per the column in the JSON 1.0. That is that. Okay, which we have already made this. Okay, so you are familiar with the following options. URL JSON and a response of 2.0 to be called as load API and all related drop downs to be filled. Okay, so what it does? So it calls the API 2.0 and got the fetch the information and using that information, all the drop downs are filled up. Okay. So save button to add a new Balvika Center by calling the API URL JSON and response 1.0. The JSON 1.0 to be created by the values of the object of the form. So once you feed in the data, like this is of course going to be an add. Once you feed all the data, okay, you select a drop down, corresponding drop downs, later drop downs. All these information has to be go back to the database through the API 1.0. Okay. So to create that one, the JSON 1.0 to be created. Okay. JSON 1.0 to be created. That's what it is mentioned here. Okay. The save button to be add a new Balvika Center by calling API URL JSON and respond 1.0. The JSON 1.0 to be created by the values of the object. Okay. After save, the control should go to the EBVS Balvika Center grid. Of course, we have not created this form yet. Now only we are creating the add form. Okay, the grid has to be created yet to be created. But anyway, I predefine it so that once I create this grid, automatically the cursor go back to the grid form, so it doesn't show any error. That's the purpose. We predefine this one so that it helps in the. I mean, I'll need not edit this again to make the changes. That's the purpose. Okay. That okay. Back button, the control should go back to the EBVC Balvika Center grid object. Okay. So that's about now. If I call this copy paste in the ChatGPT, I'll be getting the panel, JavaScript, and the CSS. Put it in a PHP file. All these things you are already familiar with, and upload in the server. Done. So you'll be able to see the. You'll be able to visualize the changes. Like the similar thing you'll get. Whatever I shown already. The similar thing you'll see like Balvika Center like that. And once you make changes and save, it changes. All things are working fine. Okay, good. So that is about the add form with the drop down. It is very simple. What is the only difference in the with respect to the previous chapter? We have added the 2.0, JSON 2.0, which need to be incorporated for the purpose of drop down. That's it. So that is about this chapter. We will see in the next chapter how to create a grid. Okay, I'll show you how to create a grid. That is going to be in the next chapter. I'll show you now. So it shows all the Balvika Center which has been already created. You can edit that one and add. You can, when you click on the new Balvika Center, automatically the add form opens. Okay, the add form whatever created is open. Okay, all those things we are going to see in the grid. That is going to be the next chapter. Okay, fine.